meditate on our own self. In the world, there are various popular meditation. There are different types of upasana, you can say, focusing our attention somewhere else only. Sometimes one focuses attention on some sound, or some name, or some form, or some color, some light, or some chakras. Various types of meditation. The literal meaning of the word meditation means paying attention. So we can pay attention on 101 different things. Therefore, in the second chapter, Bhagavan says that ordinary person pays attention on the sense pleasure. Dhyayato vishayans pumsaha. Person pays attention. So, paying attention is called meditation. I mean, literal meaning of the word meditation. To meditate means to pay attention. But here, when we talk about meditation in the spiritual context, it is paying attention to our own self. So, without understanding and gaining the knowledge of the self, this is not possible. Therefore, Bhagavan went through the various chapters explaining the initial stages, and then he comes up with this meditation. So let us begin this chapter. It's a large one, and it explains everything. So I need not go into more detailed introduction to it. Bhagavan himself will introduce meditation beautifully. So let us chant the first verse. Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha. Atha Shashtodhyayah. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. Anashrita karma phalam. Karyam karma karoti yaha. Sasanyasi cha yogi cha. Na niragnir na chakriyah. Anashrita karma phalam. Karyam karma karoti yaha. Sasanyasi cha yogi cha. Na niragnir na chakriyah. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. In the previous chapter, Bhagavan briefly had mentioned about this karma, dhyana yoga. Now he goes into detail about it. So the first step, Bhagavan says, is that we have to follow the path of karma yoga. Without karma yoga, we cannot move forward. It's very important. Karma yoga, if we get established properly, it will automatically take us on the higher and higher stages. It's like if we board the right train, it will take us to our destination. Similarly, karma yoga will take us on our journey further. So therefore Bhagavan says, here he does stuti of a karma yogi. Because Arjuna also, he had great fascination for sannyas. One is, when we think about spirituality, we think that we will just drop everything, become a sannyasi and sit somewhere and meditate. So great fascination for sannyas and great fascination for this meditation. We should sit near Gangaji and meditate. Because we keep hearing stories of our great Rishi Munis meditating for years together. So we also have great fascination for it. So Bhagavan here does stuti of karma yoga. He says a real karma yogi is both sannyasi as well as a yogi also. Anashrita karma phalam karyam karma karoti yaha sa sanyasi cha yogi cha na niragnir na cha akriyah. And who is this karma yogi? Anashrita karma phalam. One who performs his karma, karyam karma, his obligatory duties. Our duties or our responsibilities based on our nature of the body, nature of our mind, has to be expressed. Suppressing our nature makes us more restless and makes us more, one cannot progress on this path. So what is required is that whatever we have brought in our mind from our past lives, because of which we have gained this body, we should be able to express it properly. Expressing what we have within in a proper way, which is beneficial not only for me, but for the world around me, is the basic principle behind Karma Yoga. Because if that our mind is not expressed, if our thoughts and desires are not expressed properly, that will keep us restless for a long time. We cannot remain quiet and remain peaceful if our desires are not expressed rightly, properly. Suppose a child is there who has got a strong desire to, let us say, watch some cartoon show on the television and all. You cannot suppress that child. He will become restless. Similarly, we are carrying a lot of stuff within us which has to be expressed in a systematic way. So that is called Karma Yoga. We have our Rajogun, our Tamogun, our Sattvagun. We have various desires within us. Desire for security, desire for pleasure, desire to become good. We have desire to become free. So all these desires have to be expressed in a most proper way. And that is called Karma Yoga. Karyam karma, anashrita karma phalam, without depending on the karma phala. The expressing our desires or expressing the thoughts of our mind, not for the sake of the results of action, but for becoming free of all these impressions. Becoming free in a rightful way. See, suppose if I have a some scratch or what is it called? Itching. I should not talk about itching now because dangerous. Then, unless I scratch, I don't feel very happy. Especially when you're meditating and all, you get a strong desire to scratch here, scratch there. And if you don't do it, your attention will go only on that part. Whatever you think, Brahma or Atma or Ishvara, nobody will come in your mind except thoda sa yahan par scratch kare to acha ho. And once you do it, you feel very calm, peaceful. Similarly, we are carrying these desires, we are carrying impressions from our past lives which has to be expressed. Not everything, but the main desires have to be expressed in a systematic way. Then our mind feels more relaxed, mind feels more free from burden, mind feels more calm and peaceful. So without having attachment to the results of action will come. We should plan for the result of action also. But without depending on that result, without having attachment to the results of action, when we perform our duties, such a person is called a karma yogi. And why he performs? With the attitude of seva of Ishvara. So, anashrita karma phalam Karyam karma karoti yaha. So he whoever that person may be, when he follows this path of karma yoga, is very well established in this karma yoga. Bhagwan praises that person. He says he consider him as a sannyasi and consider him as a yogi, and not one who has renounced everything. He alone need not be called a sannyasi. So sa sannyasi cha yogi cha na niragnir na cha akriyah. Traditionally, a sannyasi is one who renounces fire. See, when we are in the grahastha ashram, we have to kindle fire and also use it for not only cooking but also for some religious functions. A sannyasi is one who has renounced fire. Fire is an indication of our desire, performing action for fulfilling a particular desire. So, a sannyasi is one who renounces fire. He doesn't hold fire, means doesn't perform any karma kanda or any ritual involving fire. He has renounced. In fact, in the traditional sannyas, even the last rites are done by the sannyasi himself. So, Agni Samskar he does of his own body without putting it in the Agni, but all the ritual is done so that that is also not left for anyone. So, such a wonderful our tradition is there of sannyas, and also a yogi, a dhyana yogi, a person who follows this path of meditation. The main thing about such a yogi is that he tries to quieten the mind. Quietening the mind is one of the most important step of meditation. Akriyaha, no action, no activity of the mind. Bhagwan says that a karma yogi has both the aspect of a sannyasi also and a yogi, means a meditator also. A karma yogi has renounced the attachment to the results of action. That makes him a sannyasi, because the aspect of renunciation is there in a karma yogi. Also, Bhagavan says that when we give up this attachment to the results of action, our mind starts becoming more and more calm, more and more peaceful. So, the quietude of the mind is the sign of a yogi. So, karma yogi has got the lakshana, the characteristics of both a sannyasi also and a yogi also. Therefore, Bhagavan says that a good karma yogi, hey Arjuna, understand him to be sannyasi as well as a yogi. Yogi means a dhyana yogi. So this is a praise for karma yoga. But this is also to tell us that before we embark on this journey of meditation, we have to get very well established in karma yoga. It's very important. Karma yoga is not doing lot of karma. Karma yoga is not doing a special karma. Karma yoga is not getting attached to a particular action. Karma yoga is performing our duties as a seva of God and taking whatever comes as prasad. It will make our mind more and more calm, more and more peaceful. So this Bhagavan mentions right in the beginning. But how this karma yoga is same as sannyas and dhyana yoga, that Bhagavan explains in the next verse. He says, Yam sanyasamite prahuhu yogam tam vidhi pandhava nahyas sanyasta sankalpaha yogi bhavati kaschana yam sanyasamite prahuhu yogam tam vidhi pandhava.